Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm talking about causes of objectum sexuality. There are two reasons to become objectum sexuality. First reason is Asperger's syndrome. Second reason is people who have childhood trauma and sexual abuse. So first, I'm talking about Asperger's syndrome. People with Asperger's syndromes see, hear, and feel the world differently to other people. If you have Asperger's syndrome, you have it for life. It is not an illness or disease and cannot be cured. Some people with Asperger's syndrome also have mental health issues or other conditions, meaning people need different levels and types of support. People with Asperger's syndrome are of average or above average intelligence. They don't usually have learning disabilities that many autistic people have, but they may have specific learning difficulties. They have fewer problems with speech, but may still have difficulties with understanding and processing language. Biggest problem is difficult to communicate. I interviewed 3 Americans. I asked 2 questions. First question, do you have friends who are Asperger's syndrome? 2 of them said yes. Second question, how much do you know Asperger's syndrome? One of them said yes. Her name is Samantha. She's my host family. She's a high school teacher. She says that she knows how to communicate with people who are Asperger's syndrome. She said that if people don't know about Asperger's syndrome, they think that people who are Asperger's syndrome are eccentric person and selfish, but she knows about them. So when she talks to students with Asperger's syndrome, she can accept them. And she says that we have to understand them. So next, I'm talking about childhood trauma and sexual abuse. Did you remember her? Her name is Erika Effer. She married to Eiffel Tower. She had a childhood trauma and sexual abuse. She described being born into a family where neither parent loved her. She was shuttled around from one foster home to another and was sexually molested by a half-brother for 2 of her childhood years. So she turned to object for safety, security, and comfort. According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, this graph shows possible ways for adverse childhood experiences such as abuse and neglect to influence health and well-being throughout the lifespan. So, I mean, both people who are Asperger's syndrome and abused can't really person. Both people can't communicate with person easily. They are afraid of contacting with person, and that's why they are possible to turn to object. These are questions to discuss. First question, how much do people understand about people with Asperger's syndrome in your country? Second question, can you make friends with people who have a problem to communicate? these are my citation. Thank you for listening.